On a random Sunday in August, the official Procreate Twitter account posted, "We're never going there. Creativity is made, not generated. Hashtag no AI art," along with a video message from Procreate CEO James Kuda.
You've been asking us about AI. I usually don't like getting in front of the camera. I prefer that our products speak for themselves. I really fucking hate generative AI. I don't like what's happening in the industry, and I don't like what it's doing to artists. We're not going to be introducing any generative AI into our products.
And just in case Kuda dropping the F-bomb wasn't loud enough for everybody, Procreate further clarified their stance on a web post. Okay, just imagine I'm reading this in the most dreamy Australian accent. Creativity is made, not generated. Generative AI is ripping the humanity out of things. Built on a foundation of theft, the technology is steering us toward a barren future. We think machine learning is a compelling technology with a lot of merit, but the path generative AI is on is wrong for us. We are here for the humans. We're not chasing a technology that is a moral threat to our greatest jewel, human creativity. In this technological rush, this might make us an exception or seem at risk of being left behind, but we see this road less traveled as the more exciting and fruitful one for our community. And I just have to say, thank you. In an era of career-shattering changes where generative AI is decimating the visual arts, Kuda's statement comes as a breath of fresh air. I know I shouldn't get emotional over software programs, but it really feels like we have a partner in Procreate that's listening to our concerns. For now, speaking of emotions, I've been thinking about why generative AI has me feeling some kind of way. And I think I've figured it out, kind of, sort of, at least for me. Everything I create, especially when it comes to my comics, but everything I create, music, art, videos, all of it has a piece of me. It's not always intentional, but my experiences, where I've been, what I've done, things that speak to me, all my joys, my sorrows, everything that makes a me finds its way into my work one way or another. And the tools that I use to make this stuff become like an extension of me, if that makes sense. I've got my favorite brushes and pens when it comes to traditional drawing. When it comes to making music, that's my favorite guitar, this beat up Squire that isn't great, but I've repainted and done all this. This is mine. Even when it comes to the programs that I use for my digital artwork, I use these things to express what it is to be me. And I can't help but get a little bit emotionally invested in these tools. I also love the process, making a mark, figuring things out, those happy accidents that come along when you make a mistake and it turns out to be better than anything that you intentionally made. That shit is great. That's awesome. I love that stuff. I think especially if you're working in comics, you have to love something about the process. The work is long, the hours are long. It's very isolating, unless you're fortunate enough to work in a studio space or like a co-working space with other artists where you can hang out and meet. But for the most part, we don't have offices to go to or water coolers or coworkers to talk to, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of spending time at home, either at a drawing desk or at a computer. So you have to love something about this process. It's that combination of tools plus process that kind of encapsulates everything that I love about making stuff, making art, making music, making videos. And ultimately, my hope is that if you see something that I've created, you connect with me in some small way, that you understand a little bit more about what makes a me. Generative AI skips all that. It doesn't care about the tools. It doesn't care about the process. It's just output. It's all output. There's no intention behind it. It's just type in a thing, out plops a thing, out plops many things. And I can't tell you how disappointing it is to see companies like Adobe and Apple dive headfirst into this generative AI space. Adobe products, Apple products, these have been foundational tools in my process, in my creative process. And I used to think those companies respected that process. So to see both companies so excitedly embrace this crap, it just feels like a betrayal, you know? I hope that makes some kind of sense. So is this now a Procreate Stan account? I think a little celebration is warranted for Procreate clarifying their stances on AI, accessing our work on our devices, and privacy. Also, no subscription fee. That's fucking dope. If we are looking for a partner that respects our process and that listens to our concerns when it comes to issues like privacy, access, and AI, you'd be hard pressed to find a better partner than Procreate right now. But as a comic book artist, I'm genetically predisposed to be suspicious of any corporation. Marvel and DC have exploited their best creators, even to this very friggin' day. And the sick thing is, I'm also probably genetically predisposed to jump over backwards to work with them. Like, come on. That's the curse of being a comic book artist. Like, you know it's dangerous, but you want to work for the big guys. Also, we all remember what happened with ZBrush, Pixelogic, and Maxon. ZBrush was one of my favorite pieces of software, and I am never upgrading my pre-Maxon version of it because I am not paying another goddamn subscription fee. For now, I think we can put some measure of trust in Procreate. They've been around since 2011, and since that time, they've resisted switching to a subscription model, which is ultimately more profitable for these companies. They don't ingest our work or spy on our devices when we use the program, like other companies do to quote unquote, develop better tools. Fucking, this channel could easily just be the shit on Adobe hour, but I'm trying to be more positive. And when every company in the tech space is falling over themselves to add generative AI to every fuck thing, Procreate says fuck no to this oncoming tide of enshittification. If they're willing to stand with us, I'm willing to stand with Procreate. I did reach out to Procreate to see if they had any like branded apparel. They don't yet, but as soon as they do, I'm going to get some so I can actually, wear the stuff on my channel. Thank you to James Kuda. Thank you to the entire Procreate team. Thank you for this little bit of hope. It's been feeling kind of dire lately, so thank you.
We don't exactly know where this story is going to go or how it ends, but we believe that we're on the right path supporting human creativity.